winners of match 2, Team Liquid. If you have any questions for them, please use the Zoom hand raise feature, and I will call on you. Otherwise, you can also ask your question in the chat. All right, first question from Sons of Chaos. And the question is, for those who want to answer, congratulations on your victory. What happened between the defeat against Leviathan and this match? Did they play differently? And even in the second map, they came back. How did they keep their spirits up?
Who want to answer this?
I mean, you said something first.
You told first. Okay. I mean, the difference between this game and the other game was more about, I think, energy. This game, we really came in with 110% of maximum shouting, giving it our all. I think the first game was kind of, I wouldn't say trial run, but kind of coming in a little bit cold, for me at least. And yeah, second game against EDG, I mean, very good. So they came back, they did some stuff, some switches that we didn't expect. So they came back a little bit, but yeah, we won. So good job, us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emil.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Desk Gamers.
Hi guys, congratulations on your win. My question is for Scream. During our pre-tournament press conference, you said you were looking forward to play against EDG and you were thinking that they were one of the toughest competitors. Would you, coming to the matches, did it feel the same or there was some surprises from your side?
You know, first of all, respect to them. They played 4 on stage. They had a player who had like COVID, I think. So, you know, I can only respect it. But I believe they're a really good team. They're very young though, and they still have to learn a lot. But from what we heard, you know, we never played against them, but we didn't underestimate them. We take them very seriously. And as my coach said, like today we showed a different face. We had a better energy, and I think that's what makes us better, right? Like whoever we're gonna play, I think, you know, we're gonna beat them if we play like this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from One Esports. Question for Emil. Could you explain why Team Liquid decided to have Yampi play Sage instead of Chamber on Bind?
Yeah. Does Yampi dies too much? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No. Obviously, I won't say why, because that's internal. But just say that it's a decision that we wanted to make. That's all.
Thank you. Next question comes from VALORANT.
Hi, this is for Dimasic.
Good.
You've been with the team for a little bit over a month. I'm curious, what do you feel like is the difference between previous teams you've been on and competing with Team Liquid? What are the things that are better?
I think in Team Liquid we have super good atmosphere. I think everyone friendly. What can I say more?
Full trolls.
Yeah, we like to troll, we like to joke, we like to dance, you know. Everyone happy, you know. And I'm really happy to be Team Liquid. You know?
Thank you.
We are really happy to have you, Dima.
Yeah, guys, I love everyone.
Next question comes from Prensa Esports. My question is to Scream. How do you feel Phoenix after the changes in the Flash and the ulti? What is the reason to pick this agent in the second map of the series?
You know, we came from LCQ, so felt like we want to do a little bit of changes, but at the same time, it's more like a comfy pick, comfortable pick. I always liked Phoenix even before the buff, but after the buff, it makes more sense to play it. So, you know, I just picked it. It doesn't change anything. We still win.
Thank you. Next question comes from Upcomer.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. I was just wondering,
Thank you,
question
man.
for anyone. I was just wondering how you guys feel going up into the matchup against Paper X, whether you're confident in shutting down their aggression.
Jumpy can answer.
Me? Yeah, definitely confident. It's gonna be a fun match for sure. They have a really fun play style, and you know how to counter their aggression. I just stay in one corner with AVP.
Oh,
With operator. Excuse me, guys, operator. And just kill one and TP back. So yeah, it should be a fun match definitely, and I hope they play Yoru, my idol. It's a very nice agent, and I have a huge respect for them for playing it. And I wish I become Yoru main at one point.
You never know. Could be
You
very
never know.
soon.
yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Are there any other questions in the room? Yes, upcomer.
Another one just for anyone. We've heard that a lot of kind of illnesses are going around between COVID and stomach bugs. I was just wondering if you guys have managed to dodge that for the most part.
Kind of dodged it, but kind of not.
No.
I usually have a bulletproof stomach, but I don't know, it's slowly hitting me. I'm
I
starting
think
to see
me
the
and Dom
effects.
is having a tough time.
Yeah, I see my bathroom a lot. Every day I see it a few times, so a little too much.
Also, this guy got a blue cake, and then yeah,
Let's not talk about that.
stuff was blue for a couple of days. The blue cake did some damage.
Oh yeah.
But that was just us,
Thank you.
Next question comes from Desk Gamers.
Hi again. My question is open to anyone. We all know PRX is an aggressive team and they don't show any hesitation while executing. And recently we are seeing Team Liquid going on the same pace with attacking, making the attacking round stronger. Is it something you would making changes in the upcoming match, or will it be your game plan and you'll try to anti-distract them?
I think it would just be like our game plan. Like we know what they're like, what to expect. We've seen like a lot of their game style. We've had like a lot of practice, just even in just scrims before playing against teams who are like just really aggro. So we're kind of experienced with this type of stuff. So I think we should be fairly comfortable and we won't get like too disjointed and like kind of overwhelmed. So
EDG and PaperX are kind of similar too as well.
yeah,
They're very aggressive. So
Yeah. I think the difference that PaperX have more really aggressive comp. Like they play a lot Neon, a lot Yoru, Bridge. Like they really like doing fast stuff. Obviously, we're gonna keep our game plan as much as we can. But yeah, we need to take in consideration that it's an aggressive team, obviously.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions?
Wow.
All right. I think that concludes our press conference today with Team Liquid. Thank you very much for joining us, and we will see you again tomorrow.
Thank you.
English or Indonesian. Thank you. First question from Kobe at Upcomer.
Hi guys. Question for Flipshitter. When we spoke earlier, you said that after the game against Optic, you guys were giving them too much respect and not playing how you normally did. In this match against Zeta, do you feel that you guys were still doing that, or was this back to kind of how you normally play?
I think we play like not how we used to, but like almost. But we did so many small mistakes that cost us the round. Like the small mistake become bigger and bigger. I think the last map is because of that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other questions in the room? All right. This next question comes from Prensa Esports. For everyone who wants to answer, what is the knowledge you take after this tournament?
Ini untuk semuanya yang mau jawab, kira-kira pengalaman atau pelajaran apa yang bisa diambil setelah turnamen ini?
Lu, Ban?
Nggak tahu.
I think for that, for this tournament, especially, it give us a lot of experience also playing in LAN and how to adapt faster to the game. Like after that, we can fix the little mistakes after that because the little mistakes makes so big impact to the round. So yeah, there is a lot of experience LAN about the game also, like outside the game also. Yeah.
Thank you. Next question from blix.gg.
Hi. First of all, commiserations on the series loss. I have this question towards Famous. As most know, you joined the team prior to the LCQ and have contributed to the team's success at this stage of the season. And so, for you specifically, what's going to be like your biggest takeaway from your experience with Boom from LCQ until now?
Oke, pertanyaannya untuk Famous kan joinnya sebelum LCQ. Kira-kira pengalaman atau pelajaran apa yang bisa diambil setelah sekarang champion main dengan Boom dan ya semua yang udah dilalui ini?
Pertama sih dari gameplay juga agak sedikit berubah ya, terutama lebih disiplin.
First is of course from the gameplay, it's different and also more disciplined.
Experience-nya apa ya? Kayaknya itu aja deh.
Pengalaman dari tim luar.
I think that's all that he can say for now.
Thank you. Next question comes from Sons of Chaos. For anyone who likes to answer, how do you feel the competitive level of Asia compared to other regions, and who do you think can win this tournament?
Ini pertanyaan untuk semuanya juga. Menurut kalian bagaimana competitiveness dari tim-tim Asia, dan menurut kalian siapa yang akan menang kali ini?
I think the competitiveness from Asia, from other region, I think Europe has more team, the good team, and then they have more structure, more like they can easily adapt to the game. I think that's what APAC team most lack of. And then what is the next question?
Who do you think will win the champions?
I think it's hard to say because every team doing so good, like Leviathan doing good, and then FPX looking good. I'm not sure. I cannot answer this.
I think Leviathan.
Yang lain ada yang mau nambah? So, I think that's all.
I'm stand for PepperX.
But my heart's still on PepperX.
Thank you.
Recording in progress.
Next question from Upcomer.
Hey guys, question for anyone. This is one of the first VCT events with Pearl in the active map pool, so I was just wondering what you guys think of the map. Yeah.
Oke, untuk semua yang mau jawab, ini juga pertama kali event ada map Pearl. Jadi menurut kalian bagaimana?
Coba aja bisa pakai jawab bahasa Indonesia.
Bisa pakai bahasa Indonesia kok.
Coba aja.
I think for the map Pearl, I think it's very interesting because there are a lot of stuff that we can do, especially on Belong and then the A. Like the mid is very interesting for me because there is a lot of way to go, like go CT, go art. So it's interesting and also frustrating for playing defending at Pearl, but it is a very good map, I can say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Run It Back.
Hi, my question's kind of similar. It's for Flipsider. It kind of expands on, the Pearl question. I'd just like to know, since this was the first time both of you played, and at this tournament, it's brand new map. What kind of stuff do you think works, maybe doesn't work? What kind of compositions do you think we'll see in the future? How do you think Pearl will play out come, later on down the line in competitive Valorant?
I'm not sure about the future, but from the recent matches, I saw like so many good team play Pearl because of the slow pace. Because like you can walk to so many angles, like to break the trap, to walk to R, to walk the A. You can like easily sneak everywhere you want. I think for now, the the meta is like play slow, I would say, but I don't know the future how the map gonna how people gonna play the map.
Thank you. Next question comes from One Esports. For anyone who wants to answer, you and Zeta are frequent scrim partners. What is the difference between playing a team you know so well and one that is not as familiar?
Untuk semuanya bisa jawab. Kalian lumayan sering main sama Zeta. Apa perbedaannya main lawan tim yang kayak udah ketahuan, udah pernah main, sama yang belum pernah sama sekali?
I think we just know each other very well if we practice a lot with the team. And also I think we kinda know what they thought and then what they want to do in the game. Yeah, I think that's it.
Thank you. Okay, are there any other questions in the room? Yes, blix.gg.
Yes, I have a question for Teboto. I mean, you joined last year at the end of last season, and so you've been a part of this long process of this team from trying to fight within the region to qualify for VCT and finally reaching VCT for champions. And so I'd like to know, like, how will you look back at the team's progression for this season? You know, as you guys begin to reflect on what went down from champions and then everything that came before it.
Oke, pertanyaan untuk Teboto kan join di awal tahun ini. Intinya udah sama-sama bareng Boom berjuang dari VCT Indo sampai akhirnya bisa sampai ke Champions. Menurut kamu gimana progresnya Boom? Lalu ke depannya seperti apa tanggapannya? Intinya menurut kamu tuh gimana sih perjalanan dari awal kamu join Boom sampai menuju saat ini?
Menurut gua awal-awal pas join di Boom kayak kayaknya 6 bulan pertama kayak kita rough banget buat masuk ke master. Setelah stage 2 selesai, latihan kita semakin kayak bagus semenjak adanya famous. Jadinya pas LCQ itu our best play kayaknya. Kalau untuk kedepannya masih belum tahu lagi.
Okay, so he said after the first 6 months joining Boom, it's very rough. They tried to do masters and didn't able to, and then famous came and he feels like the practice, everything's like way much better, and the lineup for this LCQ is the best Boom so far, and for the future he still hasn't got any idea for now.
Thank you. Next question from Upcomer.
Another question for whoever wants to field it. With this being the end of the VCT season, for you guys, I just want to know if you guys had a message for Valorant fans who may have gotten to see Boom play for the first time at Champions.
Oke, itu untuk semua yang mau jawab. Ini udah selesai tahun ini VCT Champions terakhir. Ada pesan apa untuk fans atau penonton Boom yang udah ngelihat kalian berhasil masuk ke Champions?
I think all I can say is thank you so much for the support that you guys give us. Thank you so much also for everything, like the support, like even though when we're losing or we're winning, luckily we can go to champion to make you guys proud. And then I would say sorry also to everyone who's supporting us in champion because we cannot even go to like playoff. I think, yeah, that's all I can say. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question from Run It Back.
This one's for Berserks specifically. You had pretty impactful 13 first kills over the course of that series. But on the other side of that, that came along with 14 first deaths. I know, it's still kind of early, to think about what to fix and stuff like that. But I just want to know if you have any plans in place or kind of what you think of that first kill to first death ratio and how you can maybe make those first kills more impactful by negating those first deaths.
Oke, pertanyaan buat Rizky. Jadi tadi dia bilang kan di series ini kamu lumayan dapat 13 first kill, tapi habis itu juga dapat 14 deaths nih. Jadi dengan rasio itu menurut kamu bagaimana rencana kamu ke depannya untuk kayak lebih misalnya bukan ya memperbaiki, intinya kayak gimana supaya ke depannya tuh bisa first skill-nya lebih baik lagi gitu.
Kalau untuk gua sih harus lebih minta utility ke teman sih. Itu aja. Buat bantuin dapat first blood kayak minta flash contohnya.
Okay. He said what he will try to improve next is to ask more utility from his teammates to get those first bloods coming more in the future.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Or run it back. Did you have another one? Final call for questions from the room. All right, well, this will conclude our press conference with Boom Esports. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back with Zeta in a bit. And I will call on you if you'd like to type your question in chat. We will also read that out loud. All right, first question from People's Esports.
你好，我想请问浩东，第一次打世界赛，整体感觉怎么样？那场内场外最大的收获是什么？谢谢。
我觉得在场内的话，最大的收获就是我们现在5个人能及时调整场上的心态吧，因为一直都是第一张图开打的时候心态放松，不能放平心态。
So the question is for Hao Dong. This is the first time you guys been here for the international LAN event. What is the biggest gain out of the game and also inside the game? Hao Dong's answer is like the biggest gain is they are learning to make their mentality more stable and learn from the game map from map.
Thank you. Next question from Run It Back.
Well, thank you. This is for whoever would like to answer it. With only 2 matches here at Champions, you didn't really get to experience the full strength of the global Valorant talent. I would just like to know if there are any specific teams that maybe you're disappointed you didn't get to have a match against.
这个问题问就是所有人，大家看谁想回答。是说，因为我们其实过来只打了2场比赛，所以其实还没有完全就是跟所有的人都交过手，所以有没有最遗憾我们还没有交手过的队伍？
康康说吧。
可能我最遗憾的就是没有跟 DRX 交过手。因为我真的很想跟他们竞技一次，很想的赢他们一次，但是这次可能不行了吧，但是希望下次我们卷土重来的时候，我们能够战胜所有人。
So Hao Dong passed the question to Kang Kang, and Kang Kang's answer is he really wanted to compete against the DRX. It's just because he really wanted to win against them. he also said that we will come back stronger again, and we will try to beat everybody.
Thank you. Next question from Valorant Spike.
Hello，我的问题是关于想问一下球球选手，参加这次 VALORANT 全球冠军赛，有没有其他队伍的一些选手给你带来了很深刻的印象，留下很深刻的印象
？PRX 的劲吧，在星途给我大招炸了一波，让我印象深刻。
So the question is for Chichu. It's like who is the most impressive player here in Champions for you? And Chichu's answer is Jin from Paper Rex. His showstopper at Pearl like makes us really, really unforgettable.
Thank you. Next question comes from Desk Gamers. What do you think went wrong in the series? Was it lack of experience? And what do you think could have been better?
你们觉得今天这一场比赛，是输在了哪里？是因为就是我们经验不够丰富吗？还是有什么其他的原因？
首先输在，我觉得先是输在了经验是一方面，其次就是在比赛时的那个临场发挥，我感觉我们也没有做得很好。
So definitely there's some reason about inexperience, and also we didn't perform well like during the match on our own.
Thank you. Valorant Spike.
Hi, I just have another question for Kang. Yeah. 关于这次全球冠军赛的话，你有没有什么就是说想对粉丝，因为这次赛事也是已经打完了，有什么想对粉丝们说的话呢？
我觉得其实我们5个人已经就是我们的全力，我们的6个人已经尽全力的去打了。然后这一场为什么上 live， 也是因为来福他就是真的很厉害。不要看那个啥，就是我觉得我们其实来这次就是学习的，能让所有人6个人选手去体验这个比赛，体验这个东西。其实我们就是那种不，我再说一下，就是你要是要喷，你就喷我，你别喷我几个队友啊。然后就是我们所有人都是抱着一个学习的心态去参加这一次，虽然说输了，我们心里也难受，但是我希望你们不要太看重我们这第一次的一个东西。我从头到尾我都在说，就是我们也要学习。我们第一次出来，我们需要学习这种氛围，需要学习这种他们的打法，需要改变我们自己。希望后面我们能够越来越好吧。然后谢谢你们支持，在屏幕前坚守了这么久看我们比赛，虽然说也没有让你们特别的高兴，可能更多的是失落，但是希望下一次我们能够卷土重来，能打得更好。谢谢。
So the question for Kang is, do you have like more words to your fans? And Kang is like, so first of all the 6 players of the whole EDG lineup is trying our best to try to win the game. And if you guys want to, or if anybody wants to flame someone from our team, please just flame me instead of my teammates. And also, like, thanks for all your support, and we will come back stronger next time.
Thank you. Next question from blix.gg.
Hi, commiserations on the series loss. I have a question for After. As one of the first people to have joined the team since like 2020 up until now, you have basically seen many iterations of the team and also have seen many other teams within your respective region play their own brand of Valorant. And so to participate in champions and seeing how other teams from other regions play their own style of Valorant, what's going to be your biggest takeaway in comparing your team's style of Valorant to the rest of the world's style of Valorant?
这个问题是问 After 教练。首先你从2020年就加入了 EDG， 你其实是这个队伍里面应该算是待的最久的一个人。那你也经历了可能人员的更迭，包括也经历了一些就是一些队伍可能也都没了，就是这样的一些情况。那想问的就是EDG 来到 Champions 其实在过往可能更多的是经历一些就是自己那个地区的一些打法，然后来到 Champions 之后，其实会面对很多就是来自世界各地不一样的这种打法的这种冲击。想问你有没有哪些就是学到的地方，或者说觉得是从来没有见过的这些打法风格，就是关于其他地区的。
首先的话，我加入 EDG 之后带瓦罗兰特，浩东应该是陪我最久的兄弟，然后其次是 Life， 就他们陪我奋战到现在，然后也很开心跟他们一起组建到现在，然后合作那么久，然后终于站上这个世界舞台。然后可惜的是没能走得更远，或者收获的更多。其实我们心里也是想着，能跟各种不一样的队伍碰撞一下。因为虽然我们在这个亚洲赛区吧，就打得还不错，但是更多的是想要去了解一下远在那个欧美不同风格的队伍能学习到的，或是真正碰撞到的时候，我们会是什么样的火花。对，然后我们因为只跟了 Team Liquid， 就比较算是欧美体系的。虽然我觉得我们在今天这个发挥上没有到发挥太好，但是未来肯定还有更多次这种交手的机会。对。
So After's answer is Haldong and Life are the main player that along with him in EDG for really a long time, like over 2 years, and he would first appreciate all their effort and also like their help to actually make the team a truly stronger team here. Regarding of the different play style all over the world, After was saying that so for the okay, sorry. So After was saying that for the playstyle, actually, because EDG was most likely was playing in East Asia and also play against a couple of the APAC teams in tournaments and also in scrims. So they would really appreciate the opportunity to compete against Western teams. Coming into this champions, actually, the like Team Liquid is the only team that from Europe that they play against. So he would rather hope that there's gonna be more chance and more opportunity coming into next year that they can play against a more European and Latin and NA teams.
Thank you. Next question comes from Upcomer.
Hi guys, this question is for anybody who wants to field it. With Valorant still getting its start in China, I just want to know what you guys would like to see from the growth of the esport in 2023 and beyond.
这个问题是问，随便大家谁就是想说，因为其实 Valorant 在国内可能还是一个就是初期的阶段，然后想问一下你们对于2023年以及再往后，有什么样的展望？
不回答这个问题。不回答这个问题。
浩东 is trying to say that he prefer not to answer the question. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Thanks.
Thank you. Next question from People's Esports.
我想请问教练，其实大家都知道，中国在战术射击这方面的基础是相对比较薄弱的，和欧美相比。那这次通过在线下和欧美等强队交手，从备战到正式比赛，或者你们有没有和他们一些交流，或者说有什么心得，就是说可以说带回来，改进以后的，或者说训练或者备战的这个计划？谢谢。
备战计划，应该说我们来到这边，不管是训练赛还是到比赛，我们其实学习到了蛮多不一样的东西。那只能说，未来的比赛上说不定会看到我们学习到的成果的效果。
So the question is for EDG's coach. So traditionally, China don't have a very strong performance in the tactical shooter category. So the question would be like if EDG this time actually got like learnings from like the results from European and NA teams. And the coach, like Arthur's answer is like, we definitely learned something, but you'll see it maybe, you know, from next time when we compete.
Thank you. Next question comes from blix.gg.
I have a question for Haodong. Within EDG's participation in the tournament, it's been noticed about, or in the absence of life from the team for one of their matches, must have laid an effect towards the team's subsequent performance in their matches. And so I'd like to know how much was Life's absence from the team in an in-person capacity has affected the team's subsequent performance in the tournament.
他想问浩东是说，就是想知道我们第一场比赛少了 life， 让你觉得，包括后面其实他不能自己本人就是出战的话，他只能在酒店打。那对于我们，这个实际表现的损失有多少？你觉得？
我觉得对于我们整个团队来讲，我觉得并没有损失吧。我觉得唯一遗憾、唯一可惜的就是他没有坐在这个舞台上跟对手面对面的交流，这是最可惜的。
So Haodong's answer is he doesn't really feel that without life there's a performance loss of like any performance loss of EDG as a whole team. The only regretted thing is we cannot see live that, you know, compete in the venue and, you know, face to face against the, you know, our opponent.
Thank you. Are there any other questions in the room? Okay, well, that concludes our press conference with EDG. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back in a jiff. And I will call on you. You may also type the question in the chat. All right. First question goes to run it back.
Thank you. Congratulations on the victory. This question is for Laz directly. We hear a lot about the chamber nerfs that went down and kind of his place in the meta. Clearly, any changes or anything like that didn't affect you. So I just want to know, do you feel like he is still a little broken? Do you feel like there are any changes that may be needed? Or as someone who utilizes him well, do you feel like he's perfect where he's at?
まずはおめでとうございます。この質問はラズ選手に対して、の質問です。チェンバーに関して、直近でナーフが、ありましたが、そのナーフというのはラズ選手の今日のパフォーマンスを見ると、あまり影響はなかったように見えます。チェンバー使いとして、このチェンバーの現状の性能についてちょうどいいところなのか、さらにナーフが必要なのか、お考えをお伺いしたいです。
そうですね。結構難しいかなと思ってるんですけど、多くの人にとって、ヘッドハンターの値段向上とか、あとランデブーの範囲が狭まったっていうのはかなり影響が出たかなとは思ってるんですけども、個人的にヘッドハンターは連射しなくてほとんど使用感変わんねえなっていうのと、ランデブー狭くなったのは、なんか狭くなったなりに、なんかうまいこと使おうとしたら使えちゃって、今までと同じようにはいかないですけど、うまく使えてるなとは思ってます。でナーフはどうなんでしょうかね。なんか、よりオペレーターを使う場合は、まだ強いなとは思います。ライフルでチェンバーを使うなら他のキャラ使った方がいいかなとは思ってますね。
So that's a really difficult question to answer. In terms of Headhunter, the rising cost in Headhunter and also the area getting smaller for Rendezvous. Personally, both of these changes did not affect how I play these. In fact, for Rendezvous, the smaller area, it made me play the abilities more wisely and choosing the right timings for usage. So, for my opinion, it did not change. So, Chamber is still a very strong agent for playing operator, but not sure. He's not too great at the moment when using rifle.
Thank you. Next question goes to Esports World.
e スポーツワールドの井ノ川です。皆さんお疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様です。お疲れ様です。
じゃあ XQ コーチに質問があります。
はい。
今回パールでの11対11のラウンドの時がすごく逆転できたタイミングだと思ってるんですが、この時に相手がタイムアウトを取ったと思いますが、その時何を話していましたか？
So in Pearl, the round of 11 to 11 was the round that decided the comeback. During the timeout, XQQ, what did you talk about?
ちょっとそのために話した内容を覚えてないんですけど、それまで逆転するまでの間にある程度伝ってた内容をとりあえず使おうっていう話はしていて、転勤が B 論プッシュした。ちょっとすいません、本当に覚えてないんですけど、あのタイミングでは本当、今までずっと A を攻められて、それをカウンターできる形を作っていたので、できるだけそれを継続しておこうっていう話はしてたと思います。
ありがとうございます。
I don't quite remember what we exactly talked about at that moment. But before the comeback, we were being attacked on A site a lot. So I remember talking about the counter against that and trying to polish up the strategies that we had done in previous rounds that worked well.
Thank you. Next question goes to Caillou.
はい。まずは、初勝利おめでとうございます。海遊の堀田と申します。同じく XQ コーチに質問なんですけども、パールの試合最後の方で、頭を抱えれていらっしゃったのがとても印象的だったんですけども、その時にどういったことを考えていらっしゃったのかというのをお伺いしてもよろしいでしょうか。
So this is another question for XQQ. At the end of the Pearl match, it was really. I remember you had your head down on the desk, disappointed. What were you thinking back then?
ちょっと、この試合、かなり頭抱えたシーンがあったので、ちょっとどのタイミングでの頭抱えたシーンかわかんないんですけど、多分本当に9本で止まって、そこから相手にレイされたところだと思ってて、ちょっともともと用意していた A セットの守り方があまり通らず、ちょっとこれどうしようかなっていうところでの頭を抱えてたシーンだと思います。
To be honest, in the Pearl match, there were a lot of occasions where my head was down on the desk with the concerns. So, but it must have been our strategy not working on A side defense. So that was probably the moment that you captured.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. Next question from GameSpark.
はい。まずは勝利おめでとうございます。シュガーゼロ選手に伺いたいんですけれども、マップパールでは、ずっと同じエリアをキープしたりとか、そういうエリアコントロールはうまくいっていたように感じたんですけれども、実際にパールを公式大会でプレイしてみていかがでしたか？
This question is for Shigezero. In Pearl, you seem to have been holding the same site on and same area, and it seemed to have been working quite well. What was your impression on the Pearl's performance?
練習と全く変わらないので、特に大会でどうとかないです。
ありがとうございます。
It was basically the same impression as how I felt in practices. So no impressions in particular for the international match.
Thank you. Next question from My Navi News.
マイナビニュース綾本です。勝利おめでとうございます。テン選手に質問です。今回は休養のブランクがあった中で迎えた本番だと思うんですけれども、合流後短い練習期間の準備はいかがでしたでしょうか？また、ご自身から見て今パフォーマンスはどれくらい本調子が出せていると感じますか？
The next question is for 10. As we know, your break, you had a long break, and then you came back to the roster and had a quite shorter period to prepare for the event. How did you prepare for this, and at what percentage are you back in shape for the competition?
そうですね。練習期間が1週間ぐらいしかなくて、で、1ヶ月間ぐらい、僕、ちょっとやってなかったんで、バロラント。そのやってない状態で、いきなりプロ、めっちゃ強いチームに訴えるのは、すごく大変でしたね。で、現状はまだ、50、60% ぐらいしかまだ出せてないのかなって、個人的には思ってます。
ありがとうございます。
So we only had 1 week to prepare once I joined back in the roster, and I was away for 1 whole month. So having to compete with strong teams in this event was very difficult for me. I would say that I'm at about 50 to 60% back in shape.
Thank you. Next question from Encount.
勝利おめでとうございます。エンカウントの片村と申します。ラズ選手とクロー選手に伺いたいんですけれども、今回、第1戦からマップごと、試合ごとに調子が上向いているように見ていて感じるんですけれども、そのあたり、試合やっている中で感じるところを伺えればと思います。
This question is for Laz or Crow. I found that the performance was getting better map by map. How did you think about this?
黒から、俺？はい。そうですね。見ての通り、試合が進むにつれて、どんどん調子も上がってきて、パールもね、結構、辛い押され方を最後の方にしてたんですけど、そこからまた巻き返すことができて、これは来たなっていう感じでした。
So yes, as you saw, we were performing better by map. And especially on Pearl, we were having a bad push on at the very end of the game. So it's great to have the comeback.
そうですね、試合を重ねるごとに、
なんだろう。アイスランドでの経験があったからこそ、なんか、全然まだ勝てるなっていう気持ちがずっとあって、それが、そうですね、働いて、もう、どんな状況でもいけるなっていう感じにはどんどんなっていきましたね。
So the more matches we play, we started to remember back about what happened in Iceland and the experience that we had in there. And no matter what the situation is, that we can win and come back.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. Next question comes from Desk Gamers.
Hi guys, congratulations on the win. My question is for the IGN as well as the coach. Since you guys have already faced Loud in a serious match, what will you be taking further forward looking in the upcoming match against Loud, the elimination?
Sorry, could you repeat the question, the last part of the question, and who it's addressed to?
It's for the coach and what they will be taking forward since they have already experienced Loud previously.
Okay. この質問は、XQQ コーチへの質問です。以前すでにラウドとは戦っていると思いますが、前回を振り返って、この次のマッチに向けて改善しなければいけない点は何だと思いますか？
あまり細かくは話せないんですけど、前回のラウド戦、ミクロ面でのミスがかなり目立っていて、それで取れるラウンドを取れなかったりして、結果的には、すごく惜しい試合になっていたので、まずそこの修正と、再戦は再戦なりの用意をして、戦いに挑もうかなと思っています。
So I cannot talk much about the details of the strategy, but in the last match against Loud, there were a lot of problems about the micro play, the physical battles with the players. So and then in the end, we had a lot of rounds that were very close, and we should have been able to have the victory on this. So we were trying to fix that towards the next game and prepare another strategy for the team.
Thank you and all the best.
Thank you. Next question from Esports World.
井ノ川です。天選手に質問があります。ちょっとさっきの質問と被ってしまうんですが、今回復帰したことによってモニターの距離がちょっと離れているような気がしたんですが、その辺大きな影響とかってありましたか？
そうですね、元は10、
ちょっといいですか？
すいません。
This question is for 10, and I noticed that when you came back this time in the roster, the distance from the monitor is a little bit farther away. How has this affected your gameplay?
僕の元のモニターの距離が13センチで、今27センチぐらいでやってるんですけど、やっぱ倍離れるってなると、全然敵の見え方とかが全然違くって、かなりやりにくい状態ではありますね。
So my distance from the monitor used to be about 13 centimeter away from the monitor, and now it's about 27 centimeter, and it's about twice the gap as before. And yes, it's definitely affecting how I play, and it's different. I see the opponents differently, so yes, it's very difficult.
Thank you. Next question from GameSpark.
はい、ラズ選手に伺いたいんですけれども、ヘイブンでは惜しい戦いだったと思うんですけれども、ブーム e スポーツのどこがうまいと感じましたか？
This question is for Laz. In Haven, it was a very close match. What about the Boom Esports play did you find difficult?
そうですね。まず、向こうのジェットのオペレーターがすごい上手くて、そこを起点というか、そこを、そうですね。細かいところは言わず、特に、向こうのジェットのオペレーターは、すごい驚異的だったなと思っておりまして、それに合わせて、ブリッジの配置とかもちょっと特殊で、そこにもうまく対応することができなくて、そうですね。 で、それでいて、なんか細かい連携の合わせとかも、すごいスピーディーでうまくて、そこの辺が強かったなと思ってます。
ありがとうございます。
So definitely Jet, the operator was very good. And along with that, the positioning of their breach was unique. So we had a hard time to adapt. And also they had a very speedy skill set. So we were having trouble with that too.
Thank you. Next question from Blix GG.
Hi, congrats on the series win. I have a question for XQQ. I mean, ever since the team's success in Masters 1 in Reykjavik, the talk has been about whether or not they can replicate that success for this go around. And so my question is, like, at this moment in time, where do you see the team's form in comparison to what they showed in Reykjavik? Is it close? Is it far? Is it somewhere in between? How do you compare the team's form between those 2 points in time?
まずおめでとうございます。この質問は XQQ コーチへの質問です。マスターズ1では、ゼータディビジョンの快進撃があったと思いますが、この快進撃をまた今回再現するために、今回の現在のチームの完成度というのは、マスターズ1と比較して、どの程度の完成度だと思いますか？
マスターズ1と比較しては、そうですね。本当に 60%、70% ぐらいなのかなと思います。理由としては、まあ単純にその今のロスターでの準備期間が短いのと、マスターズ1のようにメタに完全マッチした構成を、まあ全てのマップで用意できてはいないっていう点が大きいと思います。ただ、まあ大会はすごく吸収することができればなので、このまま戦い続ければ、マスターズ1のように持っていけるかなと思います。
So compared to Masters 1, I would say that we are about 60 to 70% in the performance right now, mainly because of the lack of time in our current roster to prep for the match, and also we do not have a comp that is up to date with the current meta for all maps. But again, having to compete in any international tournaments is always a learning experience for us. So it's up to how much we can learn from our mistakes and the matches that we play, each of the matches that we play.
Thank you. Next question from Caillou.
はい、会議堀田です。平田さんにお伺いします。他の質問とも被ってしまうのかもしれないんですけども、2戦目、パールでのエースは、このマッチにおけるすごい象徴的な場面だったのかなと思います。そうした、エースを取った時の心境、エースを取るまでの心境というのと、チームの雰囲気をお伺いできればと思います。
そうです。まあ、11番。
止めてもいいですか？すみません。Next question is for Laz. And in Pearl, your ace in mid match was very impressive. How did you feel when you had that ace, and how did your teammate react to this?
そうです。まあ、11本先に取られた時点で、まあ、ここから取るだろうなっていう確信があったのと、まあ、エースに関しては、ちょっと、なんか2、3発ぐらいヘッドハンターとかオペ外した記憶があるので、もうちょっとうまくできたなと思ってます。
チームの反応。
チームの反応は、どうだったの？来たな、みたいな感じでした。
So they had 11 rounds first. So we had to basically come back for this. And in terms of my performance, I had 2 or 3 shots of Headhunter missed. So I think I could have done better. In terms of team's reaction to this, they were like, "Oh yeah, you got this."
とてもらしさましい回答ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much. Are there any other questions in the room? All right, that will conclude our press conference with Zeta Division. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back after match 2.